What would be the coolest way to die? Hypothermia. Close the question. We have a winner. Winter. Crashing your private jet at the age of 110 because you were distracted by the 25-year-old supermodel who was noshing you off. Noshing. Yeah, noshing. It usually leads to spaffing. Okay, so this is my suicide plan. Strap a bunch of balloons to a football helmet I'm wearing. Put a garrote around my neck and jump out of a skyscraper, decapitating me cleanly and allowing my head to float away, preferably to a nearby school or park, to be found by some poor kid. You could at least stuff a bunch of money in your mouth first. That way the kid can pay for his own therapy. Or, it could really mess them up, and they could turn into a great artist or musician or serial killer or something. Step 1. Ransack your own home with gloves and get rid of all cash. Step 2. Walk into a police office, dipped in gasoline with a gun on your hand and a lighter in the other. Step 3. As they try to make you not suicide, say I need to do it, or he kills her. Apostrophe. Step 4. Pull the trigger or ignite. Step 5. Watch from the afterlife the police struggling to figure out what was this about. WTF. Exactly. Have you tried burning alive? I have. I went out in a blaze of glory. That sounds like the exact opposite of a cool way to die. Fire is very hot. SHHHH. Don't tell him that. Fighting a large predator like a bear. It's metal AF and has the added bonus of being a harder fight to win. Even cooler is fighting the second bear after you killed the first. In my opinion, the coolest way to die would be in the extreme service of other. Saving a bunch of kids from a burning building then succumbing to smoke inhalation. Stopping a school shooter. Something like that. Something that would make your parents proud by sad. Something that would have you remembered for your sacrifice. That or having a heart attack while having sex with a dozen Victoria's Secret models. Wait. Shit. I didn't read the other comments first. I need to add one. Riding a nuke all the way to the ground. Definition in the top 3. You had us in the first part, not gonna lie. First man on the sun. Op said coolest not hottest way to die. Strap me to the world's largest firework that explodes into a giant middle finger. A disease that extended your life by 1,000 years before making you shrivel up to the size of a raisin in about 30 seconds. Riding a nuclear missile. I guess you watched Drive. Strangelove. Nope. Is that where the guy riding the A-bomb comes from? Getting a nuke dropped directly onto you. Die in a flash. And you see it coming. So you can tell everyone you know how you actually feel about them. Ethan, if you are reading this, go duck yourself. Fuck Ethan. All my homies hate Ethan. Death by Snoo Snoo. Is that a Trials in Tainted Space reference? Futurama. Skydiving into an active volcano while completely naked and screaming "I'll be dark." When you're rock crawling in a Willis Jeep, any roll over and die. WW2 baby! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. It was from a video where some guy was comparing an all-original Willis Jeep to a modern John Deere Gator. He said if you roll over in the Gator it has a roll cage, so you'll be safe, but if you roll over the Jeep you'll die, but that's the best way to die, if you die in a Jeep. As long as my death is amusing to those involved, it's a good one. I'm glad cows in factories die happy. I just want to die outside in the middle of the day. I don't want to die in the dark. I don't care if I get shot in the stomach and bleed out. Get eaten by a bear. It just has to be outside in the middle of the day. Jumping off a plane, riding a shark into a volcano. NSFW response. Ever see a thick girl and wish she'd suffocate you with her thighs? Yeah, me neither. Have you ever heard of El Macho from Despicable Me 2? That's easily the coolest way to go out. Tie a noose made of chicken wire at the top of a building that overlooks a basketball court. Put the noose around your neck and glue your hands to the sides of your head McAllister style. Then jump off, decapitating yourself with the wire and dunking your own head. smothered my thick thighs, high fives everywhere at the funeral, and I want everyone to press an F button on the casket, and when I'm being lowered, have a mig with me screaming and banging on it, and there is a drink requirement, and paid for rides home. I wanna be there for the boys one last time. I can't read. Being struck by lightning would be cool too. I've mentioned this to many friends before, but death by crow stabbing. Hear me out. Crows like shiny things. Knife blade shiny. Crow like knife blade. Teach crows the power of the blade. Stand in an open sunflower field and unleash the knife wielding crows. Let the crows stab you to death. Congrats, you have died aesthetically. Whoa. Sick. Exclamation mark. Death by misadventure. Arch-tetches you mean? I get that reference. In a meat freezer probably. Pretty chilly in there I'd say. Riding a nook as it drops out of a plane while ducked up on heroin. Vacuum of space. A Scarface style shootout like he had at the end of the movie. After 200 years as a robot and looking like Robin Williams, someone has to do that job. Jumping into a volcano on top of a shark with 0 pounds of dynamite. Run over by a runaway semi, driven by the Incredible Hulk. After giving a kick-ass speech followed by a literal mic drop. Smoking. Drug-fueled sex rampage. All the other kids with their pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. Snoo snoo. Rescuing your family from the wreckage of a destroyed sinking battleship. Being hit by an iceberg. Dying while fighting in a field of swords you summoned yourself. Charging your enemies with a sword or your fists. 2 neutron stars colliding with my popcorn. Dying while floating around in space. I get a nice view and die in an unfamiliar place that much of the population will never get to experience. Heck yeah! Exclamation mark. Weed eater. Like a hero. Riding a nuke on its way down to its target while waving your cowboy hat and screaming yee-haw. Drive. Stranger love style? Question mark. On a bridge ledge. Wrap a 12-foot rope around waist, 8-foot piano wire around neck. Apply super glue to hands. Place hands on face, preferably cheeks, pointing downwards. Then jump. The force will be enough to decapitate your head, and you will be holding your head while your body dangles. My friend and I have an agreement. When we reach 65 I intend to start a fist fight with a silverback gorilla. He wants to challenge a grizzly bear to a knife fight. If we win, let's face it, we won't. If we lose we go out in a pretty incredible manner and your friends and fam get a neat story. Hey, did you hear Nesta Bandit 19 died fighting a gorilla? In the words of Danny DeVito, suicide is badass. Shotgun in the mouth inside a greenhouse with weather report copter overhead. Wearing a Superman costume and getting sucked up into a tornado. No capes. Saving someone's life. Shooting yourself in front of a hospital. Get that sweet organs donated. Must be a headshot. I don't know. I'm a hipster. I died before it was cool. After being rickrolled. I know I'm late but 360 no scope. At the age of 80 with a belly full of wine and a girl's mouth around my cock. What, a girl's mouth around your penis on April 20th, 2069 at 4:20 am or pm at 69 years old. Your last words are nice. Apostrophe. Bro, that's much better than my comment I want to die like that. With sunglasses on I would assume. A crash coming back from the first manned mission on Mars, because you would get to be one of the first persons on Mars in the process. Have you ever heard the tale of Kelvin of Zero? Fighting a bear. First person to be lost alive upon leaving in space. Can you imagine how ducking awful that would be though? Love that. I feel like If Romain Gosci and I in Bahrain he would have gone spectacularly. Thank the fierce safety measures that he survived though. I always joked with my friends and said that if I were to be in a situation where I could take care of a bear cub and keep it as a pet then I would do it. Once it eventually went back to itself and mauled me in my sleep I'd be fine with it because death by your pet bear sounds badass to me. With dignity and no regrets. Bathing in liquid hydrogen. Avada-kedavra. Smashed by flaming ice block that has sharp lava spikes. Antifreeze. Being crushed by a runaway semi-truck driven by the Incredible Hulk. Spoilers for Danganronpa, either Junker's execution or Kidid's execution. Dying while eating. You'll get to be remembered for the person who died eating her chicken nuggets, doing the thing she loved most. Death by black hole. At this point of my life, every type of death will be acceptable for me. Bro, you ate. In your sleep. With a hard dick, a pinky ring and life full of haters hating cause you was always winning. Nuking Ohio and Tokyo. Ohio because, well, it's Ohio. Why not Tokyo? Because within Tokyo, presumably, lies the studio that creates the scourge of my existence. Rescuing Marcus Luttrell during Operation Red Wing. Never heard of him. Flying WWI military jet and crash. BADA $. But riding a bomb being dropped by a B-17 and blowing up an artsy base is so much cooler. Make your death an art piece of sorts. Be on a giant canvas, all dressed up, but blood smeared everywhere. Or maybe just in my sleep, that would be easier. Struck by lightning while riding on a roller coaster. Gurney malfunction while shooting a porno above a volcano. Giving birth to a universe. In space while drifting towards a black hole. That'd be pretty dope. Get slammed by a giant car, survive, then get struck by lightning. Suicide by cop. Getting shot. Hypothermia. For me, I wanna go skydive with no parachute. The punchline of an epic, broadcast across the galaxy dad joke / pun. On my birthday, when I'm exactly 100 years old on the 1st second of 12 o'clock in the morning, my relatives can then brag about how I lived exactly a century. Coolest way to die. Too much sex with a really hot person. So there are actual poop pills that some people take for a sickness, and funny enough you can actually overdose with them, meaning you can take in too much shit. Sitting on a throne made of knives, swords and C4 plastic explosives, Game of Thrones style, pulling the trigger myself. Step 1. Go out to an abandoned building in the forest. Step 2. Light it on fire. Step 3. Write a suicide note on the wall. Step 4. Take a bunch of sleeping meds and knock yourself out. Step 5. Burn alive. Being shot into an asteroid with explosives to save the world. Shotgun to the dick. Telling everyone you something cool in bed. Then put on sunglasses. After that you die in your sleep. Good question. I can think of a lot of answers, but I'm kinda lazy now. Blowing up a comet in space that is going to destroy the Earth. While I don't want to miss a thing by Aerosmith plays. Penis surgery that gives you a constant boner, so people can go he really was a diehard. To fly from the space station. Okay, it's obviously fantastic. Maybe a bit lower, with paraglider observing the most beautiful views of the Earth. Riding a shark with 250 pounds of dynamite strapped to my chest into the mouth of an active volcano. Put a rope around your neck while standing on a chair, then do a backflip. Stick a grenade up her ass. You lose her virginity to an object, while at the same time removing the evidence with a bang. Riding a shark with 50 pounds of dynamite strapped to my chest. into the mouth of an active volcano. Saving someone from a burning house. Fill my mouth with popcorn kernels. Then kill myself. Then get cremated. I think you know where this is going. Saving humanity from extinction by sharing my mutated DNA with as many women as possible until I collapsed from exhaustion. Ah yes, The Sims. Snoo snoo. I get to 100 years. I hire 3 women and I sex them to death for as much as I can give. No stops. If I survive the 3 days no food no sleep, I'll allow myself some additional 10 years of life and then repeat. Or threesome in my 100th birthday. Paul Walkering. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.